What is good, everybody? In episode 12, I mentioned that I pre-ordered 2 pops, and in this episode, I'm going to be revealing them. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. When I was in the middle of my Homesick Haul, I couldn't find a 4th pop to buy. So instead, I pre-ordered 2 pops. This wasn't planned at all. I didn't know which pops were available to pre-order. And coincidentally, they both turned out to be Iron Man pops. The first one is of course from the Captain America Civil War Airport Build-A-Scene set, while the other one is not the usual common Funko Pop. I'm pretty sure this is a new concept for MCU Pops because it's quite a special and unique looking one, and I've definitely never seen or owned anything similar before. Before we take a look at the pops, I'm going to pass it on to Live Johnny to show you guys what happened on that day. What is up, everybody? It's Live Johnny here. Right now, I'm going to head to EB Games to go pick up my pre-orders. So without further ado, let's go. Alright, so here's a bit of an explanation of what's going on right here. Originally, I was supposed to grab both of the pre-ordered Iron Man pops, but there was a delay with the Civil War one. So I only ended up picking up one of the Iron Man pops, as you can see right here. About a month later, while I was going out for lunch, I walked by EB Games, so I just went in to go pick up my Iron Man Civil War Funko Pop. Now, I didn't really take any video footage of it because it was a quick in and out job, so yeah, there was nothing much anyways. So that is why you only see one of the Iron Man Funko Pops right here. Now that's all from me, let's get back to the video. Alright guys, so you might have gotten a quick glimpse of the second Iron Man pop in the Live Johnny section right there. It is in fact the Iron Man with the Avengers Tower Funko Pop Town. Now this is the first ever Funko Pop Town from the MCU sets, and I have never owned or seen a Funko Pop Town before, so this is my first one. I'm very excited to review that pop, so with all that said, let's take a look at the Iron Man pops I pre-ordered. First, we have the Iron Man from the Civil War Airport Build-A-Scene set. One thing that stood out to me when I first got it was the price. It increased. Usually pops like these will only cost $25, but this one cost $28. When I asked the cashier why that was the case, he said Funko increased the prices because they said they were going to improve the quality. So I'm definitely going to keep this in mind when I unbox this back home to see whether Funko kept their promise. When it comes to the pop itself, it looks better than the first release of Civil War Iron Man. They gave him a way more dynamic pose this time around, and just looking from outside the box, I feel like the paint job is a lot better on this one. It looks way more detailed, especially in the little nooks and crannies, and I also feel like the paint used here has a higher quality. It could also just be a placebo effect because of the price increase. Maybe, I don't know. All I know is that the shade of red and the level of metallicness on the paint used here makes it a lot more movie accurate. Next up, the big hitter, we have the Funko Pop Town, Avengers Tower, and Iron Man. Now this just looks really cool. It also glows in the dark in all the white highlighted areas like Iron Man's eyes, arc reactor, and hand blasters, and I think also on the A on the Avengers Tower. This pop is from the Avengers Age of Ultron movie, as you can see right here, which means that the Iron Man suit used here is the Mark 43, and let me just say that they did a great job in imitating the suit design from the movie. The metallic paint job is great, like the gold accents are where they're supposed to be, and so are the silver highlights too. Another thing I like about this Iron Man is that he's in a flying pose, and instead of just using a transparent rod to hold him in mid-air, they use the rocket booster effects on his feet to hold him above the ground. When it comes to the proportions of this pop, of course they are not accurately to scale, because of course the Avengers Tower is way bigger than Iron Man. So for it to be exactly to scale, either the Iron Man pop would have to be extremely tiny, or the Avengers Tower would be so big that it would have no way of fitting into my display cabinet. Funko wouldn't even be able to package this thing up. That's why when it comes to the proportions, I do not have a problem with that. on the topic of proportions, I'm actually not sure whether or not this Iron Man is the same size as a normal pop, because next to the Avengers Tower, it kind of looks smaller than normal. So I guess I'll just have to wait till after I unbox this to find out. Here's a quick look at both Iron Man pops I pre-ordered, and let me just say that they both look amazing. Now I'm going to send it back to the face cam to close out this episode. Alright guys, here's where I'm going to end today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow me on Insta, check out my carousel shop, links in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.